Welcome back to episode 21 of the Positionless Podcast. Today, we are going to be giving our mid-season awards. We're not going to be projecting for the end of the season awards, who's going to win what, but right now, who do we believe is the MVP, Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, etc.
Facts.
Before we do that, I do have a quiz for you today.
Let's get it.
I'm going to give you a guy, and you are going to have to guess his top five, like most teammates he's played games with throughout their career. It's going to be a tough quiz today.
You made this up by yourself, or did
I
you
did.
see it? Okay.
No, I made this up by myself.
That's impressive.
Some of them might be easy. Some are going to be really tough. So
I got you.
I'll throw some hints out if you need them. First
Five
guy.
guys?
No. There's 5 teammates for each guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yep.
saying. Yeah.
First guy, LeBron James. Who has he played the most games with? Top 5 guys.
Let's think about this. Ilgauskas.
Number 1.
Let's fucking go.
I didn't think you were going to get Big Z that quick.
Well, I just thought he spent every single year with him in Cleveland, and then he played with him in Miami too, right?
I think so, for
at
a
least
few
season.
years. Yep.
Is there any more early Cleveland guys though? That's the question.
There is one.
It's a shooting guard, right?
No, it's another big man, actually.
Another big man on the early Cleveland days. It's not Boozer, I know that's for sure.
Not Boozer. Guy had curly hair.
Oh, Anderson Varejao.
Anderson Varejao, number 2.
Thank you, brother.
Yep.
I want to say Kyrie, but I feel like it's definitely not Kyrie. I don't know. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of guards that stuck with him for a long time.
There's 2 guards and a forward on here.
Let's think. Not too much time spent in Miami. There's definitely someone who went with him from Cleveland. Kyle Korver?
Not Kyle Korver, but there is a guy that went with him from Cleveland to Miami. Low-key role player. He's a shooter. He's actually a GM right now.
And it's not... Oh, James Johnson?
James Jones.
James Jones, you're right.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
See, everything you said matched up to Kyle Korver, too, though.
Besides the GM.
He's an executive for the Hawks, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is he?
He's like an assistant GM, or maybe a scout. I think he's a scout. But,
Those 3 are the hardest on the list.
yeah, are the other guys stars? Like, it's not D-Wade, right?
D-Wade's 4.
Okay, so it is D-Wade. And so there's another guard.
Yeah, he was with him in Miami.
Another guard in Miami. Mario Chalmers?
Mario Chalmers, number 5.
Go.
Yeah.
Dude, don't ask me about Braun, bro. That was my favorite player growing up. You know about that.
I didn't think you were going to get Big Z and Varejao that easily, but
Hey, bro.
we got...
Ilgauskas was my favorite player to play with on 2K back in the day, brother. LeBron and Ilgauskas was unbeatable.
Next we got Kevin Durant.
All right, give me Russ.
Number 2.
Only spent a few years. It's got to be James Harden.
No.
It's games played.
Yep.
Okay, damn. I was thinking like time because Brooklyn. If he did,
Yeah, I know. I see what you're thinking there, but
Kendrick Perkins,
Perkins did not make the list.
Serge Ibaka.
Ibaka is number 3.
Okay. Damn. Let's think about this. Is there any low key guys that
There's definitely
played with twice?
I don't know about played with twice, but
Anderson, not Anderson. Andre Roberson.
not Roberson, but there's a guy like
Thabo
Roberson.
Cephalosha.
Thabo
He
Cephalosha,
was my
number
next
4.
guest.
Okay.
So crazy they picked Thabo over James Harden, bro.
Yeah. So you're
Anyways.
missing 1 and 5.
1?
Mm-hmm. This guy's a Thunder legend.
Nick Collison.
Nick Collison, there
Let's
you go.
fucking go. I wouldn't have got it if you didn't say Thunder legend, but... And then number 5. Did he play with him in OKC?
Yeah.
Damn, so they're all OKC guys. I know it's not Mario.
He might have played with him in Brooklyn, maybe. I think he might have been in Seattle too, so when KD was still very young. This guy's really old though. Probably older than KD himself.
Who played on the Sonics? Is he still in the league?
Yeah, he's still in the league. Probably just the second oldest besides LeBron.
And he played in OKC? I don't know, brother. You gave me enough.
Second oldest in the league?
Taj Gibson?
Not Taj.
Damn, he played with him, though.
He did.
I have no clue.
It's Jeff Green.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good.
All right.
I don't think he played with him in Brooklyn, though.
Yeah, probably not. Next guy, Kawhi Leonard. This one's probably one of the easy ones.
Tim Duncan.
Number 5.
Number 5. Damn. I mean,
Manu, number 3.
Is Tony up there?
Number 2.
Okay. Danny Green.
Number 1.
Let's fucking
play with him in Toronto.
Yeah, and the Spurs.
Yeah.
Danny Green. Let's go. So number 5.
Missing number 4.
Oh, so Green was 5?
Green was 1.
Oh, Duncan was 5.
Duncan was
You're right.
5, yeah.
Let's stop.
That's a good pull right there because you remember the Toronto years with Danny Green. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, I was actually thinking Spurs Danny Green, and then I remembered. I didn't think he was going to be number 1, though.
Yep.
Number 4.
This guy is a guard.
A guard.
I don't even know if he's in the league anymore, to be honest. He might be. I think he is.
It's a role player guy, a journeyman.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I wouldn't know if I would say journeyman, but you know him most for his Spurs days, for sure.
Patty Mills.
Let's
Boom. Fucking go. He's definitely a journeyman. I feel like he's been around.
Yeah, true. I haven't really kept up with him after.
He's been around, I feel like, for sure. Definitely Philadelphia, Brooklyn.
Yeah, true.
Toronto. Spurs. That's it.
True. There's a lot of teams. Next, we do have James Harden, though.
That's a tough one. I mean, give me KD.
Number 5.
Damn, number 5.
Yep.
Russ.
Number 1.
Okay.
In Houston, and...
Yes, sir. He's been around.
OKC, of course.
Let's think. PJ Tucker.
Number 3. That's a good get right there.
Well,
you played with him on every team.
Literally, though.
Right now, 76ers,
so who's number
Houston.
2? What's the position for number 2?
Played with him a lot in Houston.
In Houston?
Yeah.
Robert Covington.
No.
Damn.
Not a bad guess, though. We got a forward and a center.
Is it like a wing forward?
It's a wing, yeah.
Trevor Ariza.
Boom, number 4.
Let's fucking go.
Now you're missing number 2.
So that's the center.
Yep.
It's not Dwight.
Not Dwight.
It's Clint Capella.
Clint Capella, yeah.
Let's go.
I'm rolling
cooking.
right now.
I
You're
feel like
rolling. You are. You're definitely cooking. Jason Tatum we got next.
This one's easy.
Should be relatively easy.
Jaylen Brown.
Number 1.
Kemba Walker.
No. He played like two or 3 years there.
It's not Isaiah Thomas. It's not Kyrie.
Nope.
I'm just trying to think of guards. I know there's got to be a guard.
Who's been on?
Oh, Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart, number 3.
Peyton Pritchard.
Number 4.
What? I have number 1, number 3, and number 4.
Yep, missing 2 and 5.
I thought this one was going to be super easy. Al Horford.
Al Horford, number 2. The last guy is definitely the hardest on the list.
Give me a position.
It's a forward.
Big forward?
Wing.
Forward?
Small forward.
Okay. Small forward.
Yep.
Is he still on the Celtics?
No longer on the Celtics. He got shipped out a few years ago.
Shipped out, so he was traded.
Yep.
Small forward traded from the Celtics. Is he good?
I mean, I haven't seen him play. He might be hurt right now, to be honest, because he played on a bad Eastern Conference team.
My mind's screaming, not Aaron Nesmith, but it's not him.
Not Nesmith.
Just because I know he was a Celtic that got. I don't know if he got traded.
This guy was traded to the Mavericks. Wait, no, okay. I don't think he was traded, actually. I think he was signed in free agency.
From the Celtics to the Mavs?
Yeah. No longer on the Mavs. He got shipped from the Mavs.
Bro, I'm hard blanking. I have no clue who this is.
He got shipped from the Mavs to the Hornets. Part of that P.J. Washington trade, probably.
Grant Williams.
Yep.
Ew.
Yeah, he must have been on Boston's roster for a minute.
He's more of like a big forward to me. He's more of like a power forward.
He's like chunky, but he's only like 6'6".
He does. He plays weird. He has a weird style. So.
Yeah. All right, a few more guys left. Luka Doncic. A lot of role players on this list, as you can probably imagine.
I mean, is Kyrie up there already?
Nope.
Okay. This one's going to be tough.
If you think about the Mavericks
DFS?
roster, DFS number 4.
Okay.
Good get.
Jaden Hardy?
Nope.
No, he's too young.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. What's his name? Gafford?
Not Gafford. He only got traded there last year.
Yeah, you're right.
Think of some more big guys.
Maxi Kleba.
Number 2.
Let's go. Let's think.
You got a guard slash wing, and then a big man.
Okay. I mean, I know it's not KP for the big man. Damn, I lost my momentum because I got cocky. Let's think.
Only one of these guys are on the team right now, and that's the big man. I believe he's still on the team. But the easiest ones are probably
It was the one that they traded
guard.
Porzingis. They traded Davis Bertans. I wanted to think of him, even though I know it's not him.
Nah,
Is it a white guy?
it is a white guy.
Why can't I think of their roster right now? There's another big on that roster?
I'm pretty sure he's still on the roster.
I don't know. I got to move on to the guards because that one's not coming to me. You said
Number 5, you might be surprised.
Are these guys current players?
Yeah, not on the Mavericks, but
Yeah, they're still active.
oh yeah.
Damn, brother, this one's harder than I thought. Seth Curry?
Not Seth Curry.
Damn.
There's a shooter on here, though.
Pull.
Yeah.
You said there's a shooter.
Yeah, he plays on an Eastern Conference team right now, fighting for that playoff spot. He's a vet for sure.
Yeah, I got no clue. KCP?
Not
KCP,
KCP, but like that kind of mode, kind of.
I have no clue. Give me one of the guys. It's going to get me rolling.
One of the guys, the last guy on the list, is Jalen Brunson, actually.
Okay.
That's not who I was talking about. But
So
Brunson's number 5.
I completely forgot Brunson played.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy how all my momentum just slipped away.
Number 1, white guy center.
Number 1.
Power forward center. And then number 3, shooter.
Dwight Powell?
Dwight Powell.
What the fuck?
Boom, number
He's
1.
definitely on that roster. And then it's number 4?
Number 3.
Number 3. And
Pretty
this
much
is
shooting guard.
a shooting guard. It's not Seth Curry.
I could give you a hint.
All right.
Deion Waiters cooked him
Deion Waiters cooked
in that
him.
Rising Stars game. They were going back and forth.
Oh, brother, I know, but I don't know.
Plays for the Pistons.
It's not Malik Beasley. What?
The other one that plays for the Pistons.
Oh, my God, Tim Hardaway.
Yep.
So many role players. Like, Tim Hardaway is someone I literally never think of.
Yeah, just a random role player, but
Except when he was ass last year in the playoffs for them. But
yeah. Next, Donovan Mitchell,
Rudy Gobert.
number 2.
Oh, there's definitely like some wings in Utah.
There's a
Rodney
few
Hood or
wings on
something
here.
like that.
Not quite Rodney Hood, but 2 wings on here that are 1 and 3.
Do they have a weird name or something?
Weird name. One of them definitely has a weird name on this list.
I don't know. I'm gonna spend too long thinking about odd Jazz wings.
Who was on those Jazz teams that are in the playoffs a few years back?
That's what I'm trying to think of. Jay Crowder?
Not Crowder.
Damn. Are they active still? Probably not, right?
Yeah, they are.
They are?
Yeah, everyone besides the number 5 guy on this list is active. You got Gobert. One of them's really old. He'll probably be out of the league soon.
On the Jazz.
Shooter, lefty.
Joe Ingles?
Joe Ingles, number 3.
Okay. Damn, dude.
Number
There's
1.
like a gritty defensive guy, right?
Yeah, that's number 1.
Al Farouk Aminu or some shit. I know it's not him, but
No, this guy's active.
yeah, that's what's throwing me off.
He's
Let
a
me think here.
corner 3-point shooter, defensive guy, exactly.
PJ Tucker?
Nah, he wasn't on those Jazz teams.
I know he wasn't. That's why. Fuck. Just give me his name. I can't think of it.
He plays for the Suns.
Oh, does he still play for the Suns?
Pretty sure. Not a Kogi.
That's who I was thinking for a second, but
Want me to give it to you?
I literally know it.
Royce O'Neal.
Yes, bro. Thank you.
And then number 4, this guy's just a straight shooter.
Straight
Power forward.
Straight heater power forward.
Yeah.
Trey Lyles.
Not Trey Lyles. He plays for the Cavs right now.
Plays for the Cavs.
This guy has a weird name.
Weird name.
Yep.
I mean, it's not
He gets minutes.
Dean Wade.
Not Dean Wade.
It's not Max Strus.
Nah.
It's not.
This guy's a 4.
He's a 4.
He's white.
I literally know it, bro. Names are just slipping out of my head.
Georges Niang.
Yes. He was on those Jazz teams?
Yeah.
I swear he just spawned on the Cavs one day. Chubby ass.
And then the last guy, this guy I think was like a top 5 pick for sure. Power forward. Didn't really live up to the hype. I didn't realize he played this long with Donovan Mitchell together.
Top 5 pick power forward. Like, how late did he get picked? Did he get picked before or after Donovan Mitchell?
Before, for sure.
Before, okay.
Yeah. He's just like a old-timey power forward. Derek Favors, yeah. That's why it was so weird. That's what I was
thinking of the whole time. But
it's like, you wouldn't think it was that.
No, I was not thinking it was Derek Favors. But now that I think about it, he did like last in the league longer than a lot of people did. So.
Yeah. All right, 2 guys left.
Damn, this is a big quiz.
Yeah. Karl Anthony Towns.
Andrew Wiggins.
Number 2. Let me tell you, you're not getting number 1, by the way.
Ricky Rubio?
Not Ricky Rubio.
Damn. Not getting number 1?
You're not getting number 1. These last 2 are tough, but the rest of the people on this list aren't tough. You just don't overthink it.
Gorgie Zhang?
Number 1, okay.
Let's fucking go.
I did not think you were getting Gorgie.
Who was the center
Zhang
that played next to him before Gobert got there? It was only Gorgie Zhang.
Well, damn, good pull.
Zach LaVine?
Not LaVine.
Yeah, I figured it was a short period of time. So
but,
let's think. There's a forward on that list there somewhere, though, right?
Oh, you got Wiggins already.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like
you're
Jimmy Butler after LaVine, and then after Jimmy Butler there was who was it?
It's not. You're overthinking it.
I'm overthinking it.
Yeah, these last 3 guys.
I mean, it's not Jaden McDaniels.
Not McDaniels.
Mike Conley.
Not Mike Conley.
But it's a wing.
No.
No, it's not a wing.
Oh, there's a guard, another guard, and then a big man.
It's not Ant?
Ant.
Oh, Deadass?
Yeah.
Another guard and a big man.
Yeah, this point guard. This guy's like a point guard. Kind of like Mike Conley.
Rubio?
Not Rubio, but they're in the same. He's in the same mode of guys.
Who played on that Timberwolves squad? With or without Rubio?
Definitely after Rubio.
Definitely after Rubio?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Is he white?
No. Played at Duke.
And he's not white? I'm kidding. Played at Duke. That threw me off.
Yeah, won a championship there.
Is he Trey Jones?
Tyus Jones.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
And then last guy.
Tyus Jones, I didn't realize he spent that much time in Minnesota.
Yeah, neither. That's why I was saying. I was kind of shocked when I looked at it too, but
I mean, I know he was drafted there, and then he went to the Grizzlies, and now the Suns. I thought he was on the Grizzlies for longer, but shit.
This last guy is still on the Timberwolves.
The big man on the Timberwolves is not Naz Reid.
It's Naz Reid.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I guess Cat's been having some interchangeable teammates.
Yeah, a lot of turnover in Minnesota lately.
This last guy, I don't know if you're gonna get more than 2 guys on this list.
Let's see.
Kristaps Porzingis. I know for a fact you're not getting number 1 this time. I forgot this guy even existed before I saw this.
Was he in Washington?
In Washington, no.
Was the first guy wasn't in?
He played with him in New York. Not Bargnani.
Yeah, that's too late for him.
Most of these guys are from the Knicks.
Didn't play with Tyson Chandler. Joakim Noah?
Not Joakim Noah. I wouldn't go for number 1 right now. You can try.
Nah, brother.
This guy is just like a straight up like 2000s bully ball center.
It's not Joakim Noah?
Nah, he wasn't that good.
Tyson Chandler?
Not Tyson Chandler.
Bully ball center.
You probably forgot this guy existed.
Nah, fuck that. Bully ball center on the Knicks. I will get this. Did he play like? I mean, he played with Porzingis. Of course, he played when we were watching basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, let me skip it for now. But you said most of these guys are on the Knicks, man. Those Knicks squads were so ass.
Yeah, one of these guys was already mentioned earlier.
Already mentioned earlier.
Yeah, you couldn't think of him.
Jeff Green? I have no clue.
Not him.
Everything.
But I mean, these guys have played together in 2 different spots. Pretty sure.
Porzingis
And this guy, 2 different spots, New York and.
I feel like Porzingis is always on teams I don't really watch too much.
Well, he was on.
Except for the Celtics now, but.
He's got to think. Who played for the Knicks and the Mavericks?
I mean, it's not Brunson,
Not Brunson.
because he played after. But
No, it's a shooting guard.
Knicks and Mavericks, it's Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's number 2.
Number 1 guy though, I feel like that's just gonna stay in the back of my head.
Honestly, I don't think you're getting anyone else from this list, but.
Stop. From the Knicks, Alec Burks.
Not Burks.
Um,
One of these guys, number 3, he had one of the funniest. There's this video of him. He traveled, double dribbled in the
Obi
same video.
Toppin?
No, have you seen that video? He
I know
pump
the video,
fakes.
but now I can't think of it. Damn.
He's pretty much just a straight defense guy, but.
Stanley. No.
Stanley Johnson.
That's a Pistons, but
Yeah.
Kevin Knox.
Not Kevin Knox. No.
Damn.
You're pulling out some names, just not in the top 5 though. This guy's retired.
I can't. For some reason, the era between the Knicks with Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith and Carmelo.
Yeah.
And since
They kind of blurred in between
it's
that
blurred
period.
in between, yeah. I know there's some shitty guards that played there for a while.
One shooting guard for sure.
Yeah.
This guy's a throwback name. And another guy on this list.
Raymond Felton.
No point guards. No point guards.
No point guards. That's
Shooting guard and 2 wings. And then the big man, obviously.
Anybody from Washington?
Nobody from Washington, but one of these other guys was on the list earlier too with
Dallas?
With Luka, yeah. I didn't really know. I'm surprised this guy's on the list. I didn't know he was on the Knicks, really.
I'm trying to think of who I had for Luka. Luka was...
He's a wing.
It's a wing for Luka. DFS?
Yeah, DFS.
He's on the Knicks?
I guess so, because he's number 4 on this list.
That's surprising.
So you got Tim Hardaway and DFS. Those were the 2.
That you thought I would get?
Yeah.
Damn.
Number 3, I don't think you're going to get it.
Give me one of those names.
It's Lance Thomas.
Lance Thomas, I would have never.
That's the NBA video fail guy. And the last one, he's just a shooter.
Just a shooter.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, brother. I have
Courtney Lee.
Courtney Lee? No, I was not kidding.
This last guy.
The last guy, I feel like I know.
He's like a 6'9".
Is he dark
big
skin?
man, 6'10". He's not dark skin, I wouldn't say.
Okay. I don't know that.
It's not white, though.
Like a Bismack Biyombo or some shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you get this
he's
guy,
way more old school than that, right?
just like his style.
It's
and
not Amari.
Yeah, no,
that's before or after.
You'll never think of this guy.
All right, just give it to
Kyle O'Quinn.
Damn, bro, I know exactly who that is. But
Exactly.
No,
Porzingis.
he was just an enforcer. He wasn't even good at basketball.
That's what I meant. Just old school,
Yeah.
just be big body in the paint. But damn, Porzingis.
Man,
You need some better teammates throughout your career.
for real.
Kyle O'Quinn, Tim Hardaway, Lance Thomas, DFS, and Courtney Lee.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
actually.
good thing he got the Celtics now, though, to make up for it.
For real though.
You want to get into our players of the week?
Yes, sir. Let me start us off.
Please do.
All right. I got to give this to Amen Thompson, brother. I just got to quote you from when he was drafted. You were excited about him.
Big fan of him.
You were higher than him than I was at the time.
Mm.
You said he could be a 1A
Yes.
on a championship team. And right now is when I agree with you, brother. What he's done in the past 2 weeks or so, just insanely impressive for someone his age. I mean, just last night, not last night, but the other night, hit that game winner against the Celtics. If you didn't see it, it was amazing. The whole game was really.
Yeah, unguardable.
I mean, there's so many times in that game where I just had to say, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, just on some rebounds, like off his own miss, he'll literally soar above everybody before the other team even, they didn't even jump because the ball's so high. He
Yeah.
just already's up there grabbing it,
It kind of reminds me of, it's like Zion and fucking D Rose mixed together. It's like a guard version of Zion. The way he slips around in the paint kind of
Dude,
reminds me of D Rose, and then
he's
his big
scary.
man skills, it's like Zion.
And I've been seeing him hit that Euro floater since his rookie year. Like that's been one of his go-to moves in the NBA. And it is quick.
No one can really stop if he gets into the paint.
No, but let's talk specifics, brother. 31, 10, and 4 against the Celtics, and the game winner, of course. And I just loved his enthusiasm. And after the game, he said, "My first game winner, I feel like Kobe."
He's just having fun out there.
For real, though. That was just a fun game in general. Brooks had 10 threes as well.
Yeah.
But Amen Thompson, 24, 13, and 6 in his last 3 games.
Yeah, he had that triple-double
Yes, sir.
the game before.
Yeah, he's been absolutely killing in the starting lineup. There's absolutely no way we take him out now. I mean, Ime's got to make the decision if it's Dylan Brooks, who's been the heart and soul of our squad, the most consistent shooter for us, it feels like, or Bari, who he does provide a lot. There's not a lot of times where a 6'10 shooter who has the capability to be versatile on both ends of the floor. It's a hard decision to make, but there's one thing that's for sure, and that's Amen's a starter.
Oh, for sure.
But I also liked after the game, JB said, the guys that we wanted to beat us, and I'm okay with that. You go ahead and let Amen beat you, and he might just do that every game, brother, because...
Yeah, when I saw that, I was hoping he was talking more about Brooks.
Yeah.
Because he did have that crazy performance. If you're going to let Amen beat you, he's going to beat you.
Exactly.
I hope teams realize that.
I mean...
I had him as my number one guy, too.
As a Rockets fan, man, that trio of JG, LP, and Amen actually work really well together. Weirdly, because
Yeah, it's like Amen's the connecting piece.
Yeah,
between all of them.
It does feel like that. But lots of love for Amen. Just really fun to watch.
Yeah, I had to give him number one, too.
It's
Just
hard
put
not
the
to.
NBA on watch this week.
Facts.
And we didn't even mention how good he is on defense. Just straight
not even
athleticism.
Just doing some research today, just looking at like B-ball index and stuff like that. There was a few. Here, let me pull one up right now. I might be able to clip this into the video when I make it later, but I at least want to show Jack here.
Yeah.
This scatter plot. Where was Amen on this list?
Ball screen navigation and perimeter isolation defense.
First of all, Fred VanVleet. Well, that's awesome. But Dyson Daniels, maybe Amen, this wasn't the one that I was thinking of. I didn't save it, but
Either way.
very impressive. I think it was D. LeBron.
Yeah.
He was like top 5 in D. LeBron, which is a luck adjusted box plus minus. It's an advanced stat. I don't understand it. I don't understand it enough to explain it to you.
Right.
But,
even against those games against the Cavs, though, at some points he looked like the best player on the floor between both teams, and they won both games. So
yeah, and the Rockets have been on a tear lately.
Yeah.
Anyways,
let's get into our number 2 guy. I gave mine to Shea. He had his 54 points against Utah. And then for the whole week, he averaged 40 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists.
he's been amazing.
He's really putting his name up there as an MVP favorite. I mean, we'll talk about more about that later, but
We will.
I had him as my number 2 guy. Classic Shea, 54 points in a close game against Utah.
I didn't give it to Shea this week because I knew you would. But I got Anthony Davis as my number 2 guy.
Okay.
Put up 36, 13, 3 steals and a block against Golden State on Saturday. Followed that game up with 42 and 23 and 2 blocks. 42 points, 23 rebounds, and 2 blocks against Charlotte on Monday. Not the best comp, but was showing out.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, just last night, went down with an abdominal strain. It's going to be out for about a week, so just wanted to show him some love. Shout out AD.
Yeah, 43 and 20.
23.
Pretty
43,
crazy.
23. Yeah.
My last guy, I gave it to Maxey. Sixers are 3-0 this week. Big reason they beat the Cavs, actually. 3-point win over the Cavs. And then they beat the Bulls and then some other team last night. I forgot who it was. I was watching that game.
Yeah.
Might have been the Knicks. But 34 points, 6 assists throughout the week, 2 steals, 4 rebounds. Really putting the Sixers on his back right now.
Too bad
It's not like they're going to be any good, but
yeah.
just having a very good year.
Unfortunately, I feel like they should just can the season, but
At this point, yeah.
just sit Embiid the rest of the year. It's not like Paul George. I think you said it last week. I don't think Paul George is going to win you any game.
He's not making up those games to get into play-in at this point.
But tell me who you got for your number 3 guy, bro.
That was Maxey.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad.
Who you got?
I got Dyson Daniels. Nothing crazy, just 4 steals in his last 3 games each.
Yeah.
Which is just impressive. 16, 8, and 5 in his last 3 as well. Just been holding it down for the Hawks all year. And
yeah, I might have a
defensively.
mention for him later.
You do?
Maybe.
I mean, I got an honorable mention for him. I ain't got no award for you, brother. Sorry about that.
Hey, he's definitely not number 1 in anything, but
Okay,
he definitely get mentioned.
You want to talk about the games we assigned each other, though?
Yes, sir. I'll go first. I had Atlanta versus Minnesota.
How was that?
I'll preface it by saying the Hawks were without Trey, Jalen, and Dyson.
Yeah, did you see Jalen actually got season-ending shoulder surgery today?
I did not know there was season ending.
That's what I read, at least.
That is tough for Atlanta.
Super tough, because
Jalen's having a great year.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that sucks.
Yeah. I'm 99% sure I saw season-ending shoulder surgery.
That is sad, but hey,
Yeah.
Hawks will get a better pick at least. Maybe they fall down, but they're actually solidified in the play-in at this point, so that's really tough for them.
Solidified, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot can happen in the last 30 games or so of the year, but
It'll be tough for them to drop below the Sixers, is all I'm saying.
you're absolutely right, actually. It's kind of like the Bulls. They're kind of
Yeah.
locked into that 10 seed now, at minimum.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do, but the Hawks starting lineup this game was Keaton Wallace, Vic Krejci, David Roddy, Risa Shea, and Double O. And
That's just a gross lineup.
it was pretty bad.
I thought Keaton Wallace was younger, by the way. I gave him the Player of the Week last week, and I did a little bit more research about him after the episode.
Yeah.
He's like 25.
He must have spent all 4 years at college.
Yeah.
Well, none of those guys in the starting lineup played good. I'll be front. The only guy that did play good for the Hawks was DeAndre Hunter off the bench.
Yeah.
Dropped 35, but
Did you consider him for Sixth Man of the Year?
I did.
Okay. I didn't mention him just because he didn't play in much of the season, and he probably could start. He should start over Risa Shea, but that's it. We'll save that discussion for later.
Yeah. He scored 35.
Damn.
For the Timberwolves, they had a 17-point lead at half. The guys that I liked watching, even though he only got 15 minutes, Rob Dillingham looked really good out there. Just not only scoring, but just looking comfortable, controlling the offense, and finding the open guys. And also Naz Reid, he kind of carried them scoring-wise in the first half. My opinion should be the starting power forward for the Timberwolves.
I agree.
Just open up the offense so much better and let Julius run the offense.
It just makes
in the
sense.
second unit.
It makes a lot of sense. I think it improved their whole thing, but
Yeah, they looked a lot better with him on the floor. Thanks to DeAndre Hunter, though, they were able to make a run in the third quarter, make it a 6-point game heading into the fourth. But at that point, it was like Ant had turned it up in the second half, and it was pretty much just bouncing between 6 points and 15-point lead for the Timberwolves throughout the game. But
yeah,
DeAndre Hunter was hooping. He definitely his shot creation just for himself is I never thought he'd be that type of player coming in the league.
Neither did I.
So that's pretty cool to see. But other than that, same shit with the Timberwolves. Ant had to shoot 11 threes. I think he was only 2 for 11.
Damn.
So that's why I was saying Naz Reid. He should probably get the start.
That's the thing about the Timberwolves. He has to take all those threes, and he's been great all year.
Yeah.
The best 3-point shooter in the league, probably.
Yeah.
But he's taking them because he has to.
Right.
I don't think
not his game.
It's not his game. Yeah. Last year, he was getting to the old school 2s.
Yeah.
All game long. But
so the Timberwolves ended up winning 100-92.
Word.
Still a good fight. I mean, I think if someone else on the
Hawks
would have stepped up, they could have easily won the game just because the Timberwolves' offense was so bad, but they didn't have anybody. So.
Yeah. It was a good game, though.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a big blowout, but
the
Hawks kept it entertaining.
Yeah, they kept it competitive.
Yep.
The game you assigned me, though, It was Suns Clippers. Felix, you've assigned me the Suns and Clippers a lot this year, which
Have I?
are my I hate on those teams the most. Maybe
That's
you're
why
trying
I
to
be
teach
giving
me.
them to you.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, I don't even recognize it.
Well,
This was
I
a
don't
good
know.
game, though.
It was
I
actually a
watched
really
it.
good game.
The second half, at least.
Yeah, so I missed the first quarter because I was watching the Amen Thompson fourth quarter against the Celtics.
Yep.
But when I started tuning in around probably just the beginning of the second quarter, Norman Powell was hooping early, hit a couple big shots for them early to keep them in the game. But just an observation that I made, Plumlee kind of seems like the best big out there for the Suns sometimes because when I started tuning in, immediately it seemed like they were trying to get Nick Richards involved in the offense. 3 possessions in a row. They set up an action where D-Book is in the left wing, Key in that mid-range area between the Key and the wing. Nick Richards' screen, and 3 possessions in a row. He was either in the bad spot in D-Book's way on the drive, or turned the ball over on the catch immediately.
Yeah.
So it just didn't look good. And when Plumlee's out there, he is a little bit more of a passer. I just think the Suns' offense involves a little bit too much play from the center for Nick Richards to really succeed offensively in that system. That's kind of why they need a Nurkic or a Plumlee out there who can play make a little bit for you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Plumlee was serviceable on defense the other night on Monday, but he's not super consistent. I mean, he can block some shots for you, but he's not super effective.
Exactly.
Despite that, though, the Suns built an early lead and went into halftime up 10-15 on the back of a strong start from KD, who was kind of always seems like when I tune into the Suns, not that he's their whole offense, but when he's on the floor, it runs through him basically consistently.
Yeah, I think they run a good offense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a good offense at all, but that's...
For what they have.
It's a lot of ISO. It's a whole lot of ISO.
Well, when you got KD and Booker.
Yeah, but it doesn't... It's ugly to me. I don't like watching it, personally. I mean, I like watching KD, but when KD's off the floor, I don't know. D-Book ISO's just not my favorite thing. But Kawhi was playing. He was on a minutes restriction.
Yeah.
There was an early dunk that he got in transition where he kind of fell down and grabbed his knee, and I was super scared for a second. I was like, rip.
I did not see that.
Well, it was kind of a contested transition dunk. He made the dunk.
Yeah.
But the way he landed, knee kind of gave out a little bit, fell to the floor. I think he was actually grabbing his hip when he landed, but it looked like for a second he was grabbing his knee.
Never know with Kawhi there.
Honestly. But in the second half, as things really started to build, Clippers started to build up some momentum, started to get back in the game because the Suns went into halftime up 10-15, but Clippers just couldn't get anything going on offense before that. Came in the second half with some energy and eventually gained the lead on a big Kawhi dunk from a James Harden pass in transition. Kind of passed it back to him. Mm-hmm. Kawhi dunked on some boys. It was fun to watch. Yeah. Some classic Kawhi. But going to the fourth, it just kind of felt like Clippers lost most of their energy. Kawhi had to sit because
that annoyed me when Kawhi sat.
Yeah, he didn't play after 8 minutes in the fourth, right? With 8 minutes left in the fourth.
Yeah, something like that. It was a close game, and then I saw him sitting down.
Yeah, but what seemed like a desperation 3 from Harden with about a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
I believe they were down 8.
Yeah.
Just seemed like the game was about to be over. He was fouled. I can't remember who fouled him. He hit all 3 free throws.
I think Beal probably. Just because Beal was just fucking ass that fourth quarter or the whole game. I don't know. I remember watching and thinking, wow, Beal is just... Get him off the floor.
I didn't
that guy's
think Beal
ass.
was that bad, but hey.
When I was watching it, I was like, damn, Beal sucks. They were targeting him on defense, I feel like. He wasn't doing shit on offense. Missing his wide open shots. Me personally. That was my view of
when I watched
that fourth
the Suns,
quarter.
I'm like, ugh, anyways. Because offense is ugly to me.
Because Beal can't finish the play.
First of all, it's not because of Beal. It's because I just don't like ISO heavy offense.
Beal was just had no aura.
Well, I don't think he had that bad of a game. He made a good play at the end and basically won the game.
With the free throws.
I mean, but it it was nice of him to draw the foul. But
Yeah.
Either way, down 8, James
So
Harden.
it was just me that was.
I did not
okay.
feel that strongly
Okay.
about Bradley Beal. I mean, I never loved him as a player, really. That's just kind of what I expect from Bradley Beal.
Okay, fair
I don't
enough.
know,
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
I wasn't that surprised by it. That's why I'm not like the Suns are gonna make the playoffs like you.
Hey,
don't know.
time out. Sorry to cut you off, but
You're
what
good.
pissed me off, I just saw people saying like with trade shit because there was a rumor like they're gonna try to do a Beal Levine swap. People are like they're the same player. cut it the fuck out. Beal is not on Levine's level.
Levine's 10
Not even
times better
close.
than Beal. I brought a trade to send Levine to the Suns. That'll make everybody happy except one person, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you in just a minute, brother.
All right.
But basically, Clippers ended up getting a stop. Led to another 3 by them. No, I'm sorry, not to another 3. It led to a Zubac absolutely slamming on Miles Plumlee.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Down on the other side of the floor. That cut the lead to 3.
Okay.
Plumlee then went down on offense and got an offensive foul, trucking Zubac. Zubac had an amazing night, by the way. Love Zubac this year.
Zubac's so good.
I consider him for DPOY, so like slightly.
DPOY?
Bro,
I mean, I guess the
look-
Clippers defense is so good.
Look into the stats, brother. Look into the stats. He's very good. Very good rim protector for them. He's just consistent.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's a great rebounder as well.
For sure.
But Plumlee got that offensive foul after getting dunked on, and all of a sudden it was like a real game.
Yeah.
Powell ended up cutting it to 1 with 40 seconds left. But like we said, they needed to stop there. Durant ISO, kicks it to Book, swings it around to maybe Grayson Allen. Off the Beal in the corner, hits a little pump fake with the defender rotating to his right.
Yeah.
Drives in, and I think it was Harden who fouled him.
I don't remember, but you should have made the layup anyway.
I mean, watching it live, I mean, it was like, that's not a foul.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was, yeah.
The replay showed it.
Exactly. But if you watch anything in slow motion, it's going to look like a foul, I feel like.
It was
any
definitely a foul. It was
contact.
definitely a foul, though.
Me personally, if I was reffing an NBA game, there's absolutely no way I would have called that live on the floor. But that's just me.
That's why they're NBA refs.
Fuck them, they're terrible. No. But basically, game wrapped up after that. Beal made his free throws. Game was over.
Finally, Beal did something other than just be out there. Sorry, Beal. It's just what I saw that game.
Before we get into our award picks for this year,
Yep.
or mid-season awards, just a few things I want to talk about. Let's talk about the Jimmy Butler situation even a little bit more. Now suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
It's just, there's a level of professionalism that I feel like you need to bring to any workplace, regardless of what the job is.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a GM, I'm not trading for Jimmy Butler at this point. Like, he's acting like a diva brat. At any other job, he would be fired. He just doesn't show up. When he does show up, he doesn't try. When he told he's getting benched because he's not trying and he's playing like dog shit, he left the practice completely. And then there's Kevin Love.
Shout out Kevin Love, man. He's on the run of a century. 2016 Warriors type run.
How is Kevin Love not getting suspended?
I don't know, but I'm happy he's not.
Is he hacked?
Nah, because he's posting his personal shit on there too. I got them noties on for Kevin Love. It's a good laugh.
You don't, do you?
Not
You
the
don't.
noties, but I
Okay,
followed him
okay.
though. I followed him,
That
so it
is
would show up in my
crazy.
feed. He's got everybody laughing. I saw LeBron comment on the last one.
I just don't.
Perfect
get it.
meme for any situation.
I just don't get how.
I don't know how he's allowed to do it, but I'm happy he is.
He does not give any fucks. I mean, how bad can
I
the
mean,
Heat
you're
loss
talking
be?
about professionalism.
That's
Talk
what
about
I'm-
Kevin Love. But shout out him though.
Either way, I still made a trade for Jimmy Butler, even after saying as a
wouldn't
as
trade
a
for
GM,
him.
I would never trade for him at this point. But there's one team, maybe two teams, that I think are stupid enough to be involved in a
The
deal with
Suns.
him. There's another team, brother.
Not Memphis, because that's where he doesn't want to go.
No. I also saw, like you said, Levine to the Suns.
Okay, yeah, Levine to the
I'm
Suns.
sending Jimmy Butler to hell, and everyone else is getting what they want.
Jimmy, we're not trading for Jimmy. If you think the Bulls, are getting Jimmy,
Hear me out.
You're out of
Hear
your
me
mind.
out. The Suns' picks are going to go to them now. You're going to get 2 first-round picks out of it. The 2 picks, it's going to be
Let me hear the deal.
Cleveland
Let me hear
first-round
the
picks.
deal.
Okay. For some reason, Fanspo wouldn't let me trade those 3 picks that Suns got. It said it'd be like the stipend rule. Doesn't make any sense. It's not their picks.
Yeah.
They can trade those, I believe. But
yeah,
it all works out financially. It's a 3-team trade. The Heat trade Jimmy Butler, Hayward Highsmith, and Kevin Love. Bulls are trading Zach LaVine and Chris Duarte. And the Suns are trading Bradley Beal and Bol Bol. The outcome of this, Heat end up with Bradley Beal and Chris Duarte. I mean, Bradley Beal, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I get the whole no trade the no trade clause would kind of put a wrench in all this business, but who doesn't want to go play in Miami?
Exactly.
Tyler Hero, who's hooping. I mean, I think you're gonna have a better time. It's not like the Suns are good. Just go to the fuck. They don't even want you there.
Exactly.
Go to Miami and chill.
I think you'd waive it.
I don't know
For Miami.
but they end up receiving Bradley Beal and Chris Duarte. The Bulls receive Kevin Butler, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love, and Bol Bol. I didn't add this picks, but we can talk about that in a second. Suns receive Zach LaVine and Hayward Highsmith. I think for the Suns, of course you want defense, but adding Zach LaVine, I feel a lot more confident about their offense, which is the worst thing that it's not too bad. It's pretty effective for what they do, but I personally don't love to watch it. I think he adds a little bit more excitement, a little bit more transition, because they're really only a half court team.
Yeah.
Just adds a little bit of speed for them. Hayward Highsmith can play 3 or 4 for them. I mean,
he could definitely play for.
They need wings, so I like it for the Suns. For the Bulls, I imagine you're getting 2 of those 3 first-round picks, and
what is Miami getting then?
they're getting 1. They're getting 1 first-round pick.
Okay.
I mean, Jimmy Butler has 0 value right now. I don't think any other team is making this happen. I don't think contractually any other team can make this happen. So it's either this or nothing, buddy. You're taking Beal, and you're taking Chris Duarte, 27-year-old Chris Duarte.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they get a pick out of it.
And the pick.
Because I don't think they're doing it just for Beal, just for the sake of doing it.
If I'm Pat Riley, I don't think you're going to get anything better than Bradley Beal and Chris Duarte for Jimmy Butler right now.
Got to throw a pick in there.
Yeah.
And if Bulls are getting 2 picks, hell yeah. Let's do that shit.
Well, it just makes sense. I mean, Zach LaVine's definitely
way more valuable than Butler right now.
Yeah, so... And, I mean, you get Bol Bol out of it, too. No, I'm kidding, but... I don't know. It makes sense to me. Probably going to get ripped apart if anybody actually watches it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's... I don't think the Bucks are interested in Bradley Beal. I think they came out and said they're not interested.
I didn't see that.
So this is really the only way, in my mind, this deal can happen. I mean, of course, they can either... 2 of these... The Suns can either reach out to the Bulls or Miami and somehow find a third team to get the deal to work.
That's what they got to do. They say it's going to be like a 4-team, 5-team trade.
I decided...
Just to make everything work.
Just make everything work. The only one who really leaves unhappy is probably Jimmy Butler.
Bring him back to Chicago. Fuck it.
Yeah.
For 1 year.
Unless he accepts that $50 million player out.
At that point, he probably would because we're not extending his ass.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler's in a tough situation, and it's only his fault.
Hey, I mean, he said he wants to go to any team but Memphis.
He either gets traded, gets his extension with the Suns, which is probably not happening, or...
He's not staying on Miami. There's no way he's on Miami past the deadline.
Or he refuses his player option.
I mean, he just got suspended indefinitely from the Heat. Like, there's no way he's going to be on that team, right?
I don't know, man.
There's no way they just suspend him and keep
$52 million.
him.
You're telling me they won't take Beal and Duarte with no pick?
Exactly, they would.
So, if I'm the Suns, I'm not giving you shit. Like,
yeah,
we're the only ones that can do this, and you really want this. So send him to fucking Chicago, where he'll live out the rest of his days enjoying basketball. Enjoy it in Chicago, where you're going to be in fucking purgatory the rest of your career, bud. If that's where you want to play.
I feel like it's the NBA. Like, you never know what deal is going to get done. He'll probably end up in Phoenix for sure. But
you think so?
The other teams involved, Well, it's either Phoenix or he stays in Miami at this point.
I mean, Phoenix is really mortgaging the rest of the next decade on Jimmy Butler moving them.
I mean, they already have pretty much on their team right now, so might as well go all in at this point.
There's the worst front office in the fucking league, bro.
And you heard what he said last year?
Who, Ainge? Or James Jones?
No, James Ishbia.
James Ishbia?
Matt
Ishbia.
Matt Ishbia, yeah.
Who did I say before?
He said Danny Ainge for some reason.
That was dumb.
But he said 28 other teams would want to be in our position and have our roster right now.
Yeah, he's
the guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, he's delusional. It's a terrible roster.
I do want to see him with Butler, though.
I also just want to talk about the Celtics a little bit. Since January, only 2 games.
They've been looking mid.
Yeah, only 2 games over 500. Bottom 10 in 3-point efficiency. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage. Bottom 10 in free throw percentage. Slowest pace. I mean, they've never been a high paced team, but dead last is surprising to me.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, this is what I said a while back about the Celtics. If they aren't making their threes, they're not going to win the game just because at that point, half the shots that they were taking in a game were threes.
I mean, say this continues. Do you think there's a point where Joe Mazzulla's like, okay, let's switch up the game plan? Or
I don't think so because that's his philosophy. We saw what
really,
happened last year.
Sometimes you have to adapt. What do you mean we saw? They won the championship
last year.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying.
And that was with their best player not being able to shoot threes.
Their best player?
Tatum was asked in the playoffs.
I thought you were talking about Porzingis for some reason, like not playing.
You think Porzingis is their best player?
No. That's why I was so confused.
Subconsciously, Porzingis is still that guy.
Stop.
But
it's funny because it's since he really kind of came back and got fully in the rotation that they've been struggling.
Had to adjust.
The wrong word, but I don't know. It's just interesting because we're watching the Knicks right now. They came in game 1 against the Knicks and almost broke the record for threes made in a game. I mean, they had the record tied with like 10 minutes to go and then just.
Yeah, I mean, with shooting in the NBA, you're gonna go through hot streaks. You're gonna go through cold streaks. I'm sure they're thinking like, hopefully this is our cold streak right now.
You think they find it before the playoffs?
For sure. We still have a lot of time left. We're at mid-season right now.
It's a little bit more. I mean, there's like a good 30 to 35 games left.
At least. Some teams got 30, 35. Some teams got 40.
You're right.
So, I don't think they're worried about it at all. I mean, they're kicking our Bulls' ass right now, which isn't saying much.
Hard to do.
Isn't saying much.
I think it's got 26 and it's like the third quarter.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, he opened up that game against the Rockets, splashing those deep threes. Like, he looks like he's confident and playing good out there. The other guys have to do their part. Which with the Celtics, they have so many guys. I'm not really worried, but like I said, that is my main worry with them. Live or die by the 3.
Sure that we'll talk about them a little bit later.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But you want to get into our mid-season awards, brother?
Yes, sir. What do you want to start with here?
It's a good question. You want to just start off with like our MVP?
The big one?
Yeah. You might as well, right?
Yeah. Who's your third guy?
I only brought 2 guys for most
of
everything.
I brought 3.
Give me your third guy then.
It's Giannis. I mean,
for me, this is a 3-guy discussion.
It's really 2, to be honest.
It really is. Yeah.
But I just gotta show love to Giannis just because.
Yeah.
He's having an insane year, and we just see it as normal at this point. 31, 12, and 6 with his defense.
Yeah. I mean, we know what Giannis is.
Exactly.
In the mid-range pull-up this year, what is he shooting, like 58% on his mid-range pull-ups? Which is just ridiculous when he stopped taking threes almost completely, where prior years he was really trying to incorporate that into his game. But he's found his sweet spot there in the midi, and
definitely has done him wonders.
It really just does give him that extra step to get to the rim. It's going to force people to build a wall in the playoffs and leave open shots for Dame and
I mean, if they
Chris.
At this point, you can't really build a wall against him.
No, you can't.
Because he got that mid-range, and he's just so
he's got
talented.
The mid-range, and he's a good passer.
Exactly.
So, love Giannis.
Love Giannis. Number 2, I had to throw Jokic in there. At number 2.
You're crazy, brother. Hear me out.
I know he's averaging a 30-point triple-double.
There's more, though, brother.
I know he's having an insane efficiency-wise and his best
Yeah.
scoring performances of his career.
It's the best season of his career.
I know.
Here,
But Shea is still the number 1 seed in the best conference, best record, tied with the Cavs right now.
He's been
Averaging
great on
32
defense.
a game.
He's
He has Chet out for most of the year too. His second best player, arguably.
I get it, but I can't
The
deny
Thunder,
greatness.
the Thunder ain't shit without Shea.
And dude, the Nuggets.
All I'm saying was I was just talking about the Thunder. I didn't say nothing about Jokic or the Nuggets.
Would be like a 15 seed without Jokic.
Gotta shout out Russ though.
Let's be honest, brother. If we took
him
SGA,
and Russ connection.
If we took SGA off the Thunder right now, and everybody was still healthy, say they have all their players back, Chet included, and SGA is off the squad.
Yeah.
That's a playoff team still.
Play in.
Playoff, bro. Case and Wallace is a beast.
They're not gonna be.
J-Dub is a beast. Chet's a beast.
They'll probably
Isaiah
be
Hartenstein,
fighting
Lou
for the
Dort.
playoff spot. Around that 8
Jay
to
Mitchell,
6.
Around
that 8 to 6.
Statistically, one of the best rookies this year. He just
doesn't get a lot of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Case and Wallace, he's been it.
He's a very good point guard, just like for his role on that team right now.
I think he could be good on another team and like as a starter.
I do too.
He's good, but this isn't discrediting Shea at all.
Yeah, I don't want to
just think
discredit
is
Jokic
better.
either.
Here's why I got Jokic number 1 though. 30, 13, and 10, 57% from the field, 47% from 3 on 4 attempts, the most of his whole career. Career highs in basically every single stat this year.
Yeah.
Plus 26.4 on-off percentage this year, which is different than plus minus. It's a cleaning the glass stat. It takes a large variety of advanced stats, including like estimated win percentage and offensive points per possession, etc., etc. Plus 26.4. For reference, Shea this year has a plus 12.
Well, he's got 4 points at halftime.
This is one game. Hear me out.
Against Karl Anthony Towns.
For reference, Shea on-off percentage this year is plus 12. Giannis is plus 7, with his career high being plus 13. Nikola Jokic statistically is having one of the
and
greatest
Jokic is
seasons.
what, 26?
26.
Pretty crazy.
Insanely crazy. I mean,
I just think
Tune
Jokic
in
already
every
has
single
3 MVPs, so I want to give it a Shea.
tune in any single night besides tonight, and he's playing the best basketball you've ever watched.
For sure.
I don't know, man. It's hard for me to give it to anybody besides him. Of course, Shea, as you said, averaging 32, 5, and 6. Net ratage of a 17.5, which is the highest in the league.
I mean, you literally can't stop Shea from getting a bucket.
No, you can't. But you can't stop Jokic from doing whatever he wants.
No, you can't.
I got to give it to Jokic, bro. Like,
I just gave it to Shea because Jokic
Voters
has 3
fatigue.
MVPs and Shea is the number 1 seed
we're not
in that
projecting.
conference.
If I was projecting the MVP for this year,
No, I'm giving my
probably
MVP.
happen? But you just said it's because of voters fatigue.
And because Shea's number 1 in the conference.
I don't know. I got to give it to
And
Jokic.
he's had his second best player out for like all year pretty much.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
Like if they were neck and neck in record, I'm giving it to Jokic.
But look at the squad around him this year.
Who, Shea?
No, Jokic.
Jokic?
Russell Westbrook is his second best player this year.
Russ has been fucking hooping.
He's been fucking hooping, but let's be honest, bro. He's not.
I mean, people are acting like Jamal Murray's ass. Like he's still Jamal Murray.
He's pretty ass this year. He's not the same Jamal Murray that he was that we all like loved in the bubble and in the playoffs.
Dude, like I said before,
2019 Jamal Murray was different. This is not 2019.
Why are you
Jamal
expecting 5 years ago Jamal Murray?
Because he should have been.
He's the
better.
same guy he
should
was
have
last
regressed.
year.
He's regressed.
He's gonna hit the shots when they matter.
I believe it when I see it.
I believe in the playoffs. He's gonna be like Jamal Murray, like we regularly see.
You think he can just?
He's
turn
never
it on
been.
on a
He's
switch?
never been like a 25 points per game guy. Never
I'm
in
not
his career.
asking for that.
He's
for him.
never
I'm
been an
asking
all-star.
for efficient 3-point shooting.
Hey, he's having a bit of an off year, but
In
like
off
he's still.
5 years.
No, you're bugging.
Nah, I'm not 5 years, but an off couple of years. Let's be honest.
Nah, because that's what he's always been.
A streaky
Besides-
3-point shooter.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's not like he's always been a consistent 28 game.
I thought Jamal was.
But
Gonna
in the
be-
biggest games, he steps up.
Me personally,
Christian Braun's balling too.
5 years ago, I thought Jamal Murray was going to be a top 10 point guard in the league.
I mean,
Like
he's
stapled.
just He's not, though.
He's not, yeah. And we got to be honest. Jokic does not have that good of a supporting cast around him this year, which is crazy to say because
It's pretty much the same one that won a championship.
No, there's
just
some,
no
there's some
KCP.
key factors that are missing there. Bruce Brown, KCP, couple big men that I can't think of. It wasn't DeAndre Jordan on that roster at the time, but they don't have a backup five.
It's been Aaron Gordon.
It has been, but Aaron Gordon started tonight.
Did he?
Yeah, they.
So who the
sat
fuck
Christian
came off
Brown,
the bench?
Christian Brown. They started Russ, Jamal Murray,
P what?
MPJ,
Oh, MPJ, obviously.
and Aaron Gordon and Yoke.
It's a weird lineup.
It is a weird lineup, but they got to do those things when your squad's pretty trash. But like,
I mean,
3
with
years
Russ
ago-
in the starting lineup, though, they've looked nice.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but 2-3 years ago, we were saying that MPJ, Aaron Gordon, and Jamal Murray were the top tiers of role players, and now this year they've
They were at that point.
They were
Like, complimenting Jokic.
Yeah, but
Jokic is just putting the team on his back, and I'm
Bro.
sure during the playoffs the role players will step up. Hey,
Oh,
it could
no.
go either way. Like, I'm not tripping about Jokic.
if I gotta be honest, Nuggets are probably like a first round exit if the role
If they
players
face the
don't-
Lakers,
Oh,
they're
well,
facing the
that's different.
Lakers 4-5 again.
That you're
What about
not
the
wrong.
Clippers?
Clippers, I'm probably gonna take the Clippers, bro. They're shutting down everybody besides Jokic defensively, and James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. They're gonna find a way offensively.
Yeah, the Clippers
And
are
the Nuggets
really good.
defense isn't good.
And the Clippers offense isn't good, though.
It's not, but they're going to transition. Derrick Jones Jr. really gets out there. Love watching Derrick Jones Jr. By the way.
Yeah.
Just that game I watched the other day. He just gets after it.
He's a
lot
good
of
basketball
energy.
player. But,
Can jump out the gym. It's crazy that he really we know him from a dunk contest.
yeah, and
He
after
went-
that, he really, became a player.
Yeah, I mean, went from G League to dunk contest to on a squad. Was he on the Cavs?
It's on the Bulls.
He was on the Bulls. He was on the Suns as well. I
He's on the
he
Mavs.
He was on the Suns when he got called up, though.
I didn't know that. I know he signed to the Bulls after.
Well-
At some point. He was on the Bulls at some point.
Was he?
Huh?
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
DJJ on the Bulls?
Yeah.
What
That-
college he went to?
Fuck out of here. I have no idea.
clue either. I feel like it's like a Florida State or something. Let me look it up.
Could be a Florida State.
But
Could also be some random ass school. Like Arkansas or something.
Ooh, it might be Arkansas, brother.
Nah, but he's turned himself into a legit role player. I feel like any team the Nuggets face, I mean, they're 4 right now. Lakers are 5.
Oh, brother.
Clippers are 6.
You know this. I did this for a.
Derrick Jones Jr., what is it?
I did this for what college you went to quiz.
It's not VCU.
Red team.
It's not Arkansas.
No, it's not Arkansas. It's another red one.
NC State.
No, you're doing the same thing you thought of before. West Coast.
West Coast, Red, Arizona.
No.
No
State
idea,
over?
brother. I'm not good with states.
It's UNLV.
UNLV.
Yeah, you couldn't think of that one before either.
Nope.
But I think we talked enough about MVP, except I actually do have a third guy, a dark horse.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns, brother.
Whoa.
Hear me out.
Is
25
he the best player
points.
on that team?
This year he has been. 25 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 65% true shooting. Top 5 player in PI, player impact estimate. Top 5 in LeBron WAR. I don't really know what LeBron WAR is. I know what LeBron is, but
I think it's like when LeBron goes to war with LeBron James Jr.
no. They should have done that skills contest shit, but
They're saving it for next year because it's in LA.
fuck do you mean next year?
Next year, All-Star Game's in LA.
Okay, maybe we don't want to invite you next year, bitch.
They're going to do it for the publicity
I also don't get why Bronny didn't play on the Rising Stars.
because he's not good on the G League.
They have I don't know, maybe I read it wrong, but it looked like they had like a G League roster.
Yeah, I saw
as
that
well.
too.
I
Not
don't
sure.
get why you wouldn't do Rising Stars. Do what, you don't want to get embarrassed, pussy?
Yeah, I mean, he got
Was he?
called up last night against
He
the
got
Sixers.
fucking smoked
Yeah.
by Tyrese Maxey.
And he was just couldn't. He looks very comfortable in the G League. He does not look comfortable in the NBA. He looks
'Cause
like he's
he's
still
not
got
an NBA
nerves.
guy.
Still looks like he has nerves.
Jaylen Brown, quote, he's not an NBA guy.
Yeah, Cat has been crazy this year though.
Yeah. Obviously, the defense at the beginning of the year was really bad, but he has been improving a bit. And not quite what they need still, but I think when they get another defensive big in there, I thought
I don't know when
Mitchell
Mitch. I
Robinson
don't know
was
when he's
supposed to
coming
be
back. I have no
early
idea.
January. That was the initial expectation, but
we don't know at this point. They got to make a move just for somebody. I don't know who, but somebody at this point.
Would they trade Robinson in that, or?
Yeah. If he's not going to play, you got to get someone. But you want to move on?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of who that trade might be for.
Yeah, I don't know.
It could have been for Nick Richards, but...
Someone of that mode. I probably can't think of anyone right now. But what do you want to do next?
Let's do Depoy.
I think we both got...
we got both Wemby.
Wemby, for sure.
There's also a clear runner-up I have.
Who's that?
Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley, okay. Yeah.
Thing about Wemby, eye test tells you everything that you need to know.
And he also has 4 blocks a game.
Yeah. Also has the best D. LeBron minimum 1,000 minutes played. That's only because Gogo Batadze had like 900 and change, and he actually had the best D. LeBron.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was like, let me just put a restriction on
for
this.
1,000.
But just referencing this scatter plot I made here on B-Ball Index, which I'm going to try to put up on this graphic. Basically just shows the rim defense field goal percentage versus expected against percentage of shots at the rim contested. Victor Wembanyama,
they're not making shots when he's in the paint.
Basically, he negates your field goal percentage at the rim by over 10%. 10% of the time, you're going to miss that shit more. I'm completely saying that wrong, but when you're driving at him in the rim. And he's contesting 45% of his team's field goal attempts at the rim.
Yeah.
So it's just the impact, you see it with your eyes. You feel it when you're watching the game. And the stats only back it up even more. Right next to him on this scatter plot as well, though, is Evan Mobley. He's the clear number 2 to me.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for Wemby being the alien that he is, Evan Mobley, best defender on the best defensive team in the NBA.
Are they the best defensive team in the NBA? I thought the Thunder were.
You're actually right about that. It's actually probably the Clippers right now.
I know the Clippers, Thunder, and Rockets are all up there. And the Cavs, too, have a good defense.
The Cavs are probably a tier under those guys.
Yeah, but Mobley himself, though.
He's just the most versatile help defender, rim protector, post lock. He can do it all for you, basically, on the defensive side of the floor at a very high level. So, tough for him that Wemby has to exist.
Right. Another guy I have on here is Jaren.
Yeah, he's in one of my honorable mentions.
Grizzlies are 7th in defense last time I checked. And his stats aren't jumping out the gym. He's not like he's getting 3 blocks like he was a few years ago.
He's more effective.
He's not chasing them. He's getting less fouls. And he's just being that help defender and really being that guy carrying their defense.
If you actually... Same graphic reference that I'm referencing here, Jaren Jackson Jr., he's the only one that matches up with the defensive field goal percentage at the rim.
Yeah.
With Victor Wembanyama. He's the only one that compares, really. He doesn't contest quite as many shots, but that's because he has Zach Edey out there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's very impactful. The stats might not show it, but he does get a lot of blocks. So
yeah. Just one more guy I want to show love to with the best defense in the league. I think he's, in my opinion, I don't know about the stats, but just off eye test, he's like the best perimeter defender in the league. I put Lou Dort.
Yeah. The stats back that up, too.
I'm sure they do.
Just perimeter defensive talent as well. I spent a lot of time on I didn't work today. I spent a lot of time on B-ball.
That Chinese New Year?
No, I didn't get that off.
Okay.
I was a little bit stuffy.
But and we saw what he did against Donovan Mitchell both games they played. Clammed his ass up.
He's a special defender. And I was talking about trading him for Mikal Bridges before he got traded to the Knicks. I think that might have been a mistake.
Yeah, they don't need Bridges.
They don't. Because Lou Dort is, like you said, the best perimeter defender in the league right now, most likely.
Yep.
Him or a Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, facts.
Honestly. But
yeah, he is averaging 3 steals a game.
I just wanted to show
Dyson Daniels.
He's damn near 4.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to shout out Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's super consistent defensively.
Yeah.
Great year for him. You were talking MVP for him earlier in the year when he got off to a real hot start. but of course he cooled down a little bit.
Yeah.
Still, I think he'll be all NBA this
Still
year.
one of his best years. I mean, 25, 12, 2 blocks.
Yeah.
Best player on that team.
Oh, for sure.
Consistently.
Yeah. Also, Ivica Zubac.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever say his first name right. Is it Ivica?
I always say Ivica.
Ivica?
I don't know if it's right. I just call him Zubac at the end of the day.
It's Zoo.
Big Zoo.
Had to shout out Zoo. Basically, I think they are statistically the best defensive team in the league right now, like in terms of defensive ratage. But
Yeah.
he holds that paint down for them for real. And he's a great shot blocker, great paint protector as well, great rebounder, and he just gets after it.
Yeah, like you said, he closes out those possessions. He'll contest a shot and then grab the rebound too, which is something not a lot of guys do if they're chasing blocks. They're not always there for the rebound.
He's had a few 20-20 nights in the last month or so.
Yeah.
He's a good.
I feel like every time I check the box score for the Clippers, it's always Zubac, 15 plus rebounds. So
hell yeah.
Glad you're showing love to him.
I think he's the only one that kind of is comparing with Cat this year.
Probably, yeah.
The Cat's another one though that just gets timely rebounds for his squad. Like it's not just stats.
Yeah.
But anybody else you want to mention for Depoy?
Not for Depoy. We can get into our rookie of the year.
Okay.
I'm curious to see who you have number one.
I got Jalen Wells.
Okay.
He's averaging 11 right now. I think my notes got erased for him, but whatever. I'll work off.
I got Wells at 2.
Do you have 81?
I don't.
Damn. Who do you got at number 1?
One I've got Stephon Castle. I think he's just been the most consistent rookie.
And he's got the most minutes.
And yeah, probably.
Well, the most consistent minutes, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I look
12, 2, 3, a steal a game. Not great efficiency. I mean,
he's not a good defender at all.
Really? You don't think so?
Brother, look into the statistics.
Looking at the stats?
I thought eye test he was serviceable.
Yeah, so did I.
Statistically, it's bad.
He's just getting blown by?
Blown by. No perimeter defense. Screen navigation, bad. Maybe I have it up here. I'm gonna try to put these graphs up on the screen with us.
Yeah.
But I remember him sticking out to me in one of these here. It's all right. I probably won't find him now. But actually, I lied. He actually hasn't been bad at all.
That's what I
Maybe
thought.
Maybe it was
eye
his
test
D. LeBron that was bad, but ball screen navigation and perimeter isolation defense, he's in that upper corner with a Cason Wallace. Fred VanVleet looks good.
I was going to say, I thought he's been pretty good this year.
But Jalen Wells, his perimeter isolation defense is actually some of the best in the league.
Yeah.
Right next to Josh Green and Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, I've got Wells number 2.
Wells has got to be number 1 for me, just because.
Not only is his defense, but
his offense as well.
Being a very efficient role player.
Efficiency is why I had to give him the nod. I mean, not over Zach Edey. That's not why I had to give him. Zach Edey's been.
He's your number 1.
Efficient. No,
Jalen
Wells is
okay.
1, but Edey's been more efficient. But I only gave 2 guys. Castle probably would have been my 3rd, but this one was tough for me.
Yeah.
Just because there isn't a clear standout.
There isn't.
There's a lot of guys that are getting minutes and I feel like have a lot of potential.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of potential to be very good NBA players for a long time. But as we said, there's not really that star that's emerged at all. So
for my number 3 guy, this guy's just emerged in the past couple weeks, Khalil Ware, when he's been starting getting the minutes, the 25, 10, 2.
He's been hooping.
Yeah. I think his per 36 stats this season,
he can shoot.
18, 10, 2 blocks, and a steal. His percentages, so efficient, 56% from the field, 42% from 3.
He can shoot for real. Surprisingly, my number 2 guy, Zach Edey.
Yeah.
I didn't know he's been shooting 1-3 a game at 38%, which it's not crazy, but for Zach Edey,
yeah,
I really did not expect.
I didn't know he was taking a 3 a game.
Did he shoot 3s in college?
Nah.
I only watched him a few times.
Nah, he was just straight post work.
But he's been super impactful defender as well, though.
For sure.
58% from the field as well, and as I said, 38% on 1 attempt from 3. which is just surprising to me. And I think if he had a little bit more minutes, those stats would probably be a lot better. I mean, he's averaging like 10 points, 7 rebounds, maybe a block. But
I think he's still getting conditioned into the NBA.
I agree,
They're
brother.
trying to limit his minutes, but yeah, I'm glad you had him. I mean, you were a big hater when he got drafted.
I was a big hater when he got drafted. I kind of flipped on him once I looked into him a little bit more. Before the season started, or maybe it was during Summer League where I was like,
He's a pretty good player.
he is a pretty good player.
His big comparison I saw pre-draft was a Zubac, actually.
My comparison for him was like Boban Marjanovic. I thought he was going to be a big, like, bust.
No.
But that's just what I saw in college. I didn't see his touch that he does have some touch.
He does
in
have
his game.
touch,
He
yeah.
has some skill. I thought he was just one of those guys that are just so much
I mean, you
bigger.
can't average almost 30 in college without some skill.
He's also 7'5" or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Um,
I thought it was a fluke, but
no, he's having a good year.
he is. I think he's only going to get better.
Yeah, like you said, though, no clear-cut rookie.
Not at all. You want to talk about 6-man, though?
Yeah, 6-man. I feel like there's a lot of guys.
Hell yeah.
My third guy on the list was Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard's my number 1 guy.
Okay.
But talk to me about him, why you got him at 3.
Yeah, for the Celtics, he's that guy that can come in and score like a typical 6-man would, like a Jordan Clarkson-esque. Come in, you don't really have to worry about anything. His passing is obviously better than Clarkson, but just come in and shoot and score. You have the ultimate green light, and he can be a real fire starter for him, a little microwave.
Yeah. I got him at number 1 just because how efficient he's been.
Yeah.
All over the floor, career year for him. Basically, it was really hard for me not to give him the nod, so I had to.
The only reason I have him 3 is because the other 2 guys on this list I feel like are like they can close out games for the team. Pritchard's never going to be closing out. I mean, I guess maybe if Holiday's really stinking it up.
That's just the product of the team that he's on, though.
It is. It's nothing about him, but
my number 3 guy.
yeah.
I mean, I'd probably call it either Amen Thompson or if Tari Eason played more, one of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Amen, the only reason I didn't include him is because he's been starting lately, and I think he's going to be in the starting lineup moving forward.
Oh, for sure.
So it doesn't make sense for me to give him a 6-man award when he's not going to be a 6-man any longer. But him and Tari Eason, statistically, are actually like the best defenders coming off the bench in the league.
Yeah, I had him at 1.
As I said, I was
thinking, but at the same time, like, we're doing
I
it
just
for
couldn't-
right now, mid-season.
Yeah.
Came's off the bench for the majority of the games
the last
in this.
2-3 weeks he's been starting, though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's going to qualify for it at the end of the year,
When
but I want to
looking
give it to him now.
into statistics, I don't know what the actual percentage is, but it was like percentage of games started. I kept it under 45% for every guy that I looked at. Amen still qualified, but I don't
Right now
think-
he is.
Yeah, I don't know.
He started
He's a starter to
16
me
games out of 43.
now. He's a starter to me now. That's
Yeah, no, but since he's not going to get it at the end of the year,
he'd be my
I
number
put him
1.
1 now.
He'd be my number 1 if I included him.
And then number 2, probably have the same guy.
Scotty,
No.
I got Scotty Pippen.
Scottie Pippen? I had DeAndre Hunter.
Well, the only reason I didn't include DeAndre Hunter is I just don't think he's played enough.
The injury time.
The injury time, and I mean, this is just my personal bias. I feel like he should be starting. I mean, Zachary Ricochet.
I mean, we know Hunter's a better player.
Yeah, it's
But I think Ricochet could be good for that starting lineup just because he is more of a role player, and
Well,
Hunter off the bench can really just
here's
get
the
his
thing
buckets.
about DeAndre Hunter. He was never a bucket getter like this until now. It might be because he spent some more time. On
He's
the
good
bench.
at it, though.
He is really good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, first 3 years in the league, he was a 3-and-D guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he was pretty good in that role, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, he was.
But he is an absolute bucket getter for them this year. Let me talk about Scottie Pippen Jr. though.
Yeah, so good.
He's actually like the leader in box creation off the bench this year. Just getting good looks for his guys all around. But I want to talk about him with Ja on the floor, and with him without Ja. Not on the floor, but games that Ja played and did not play. With Ja in 28 games, he's averaging only 7 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists on only 41% shooting and 29 from 3.
Okay.
Without Ja, in 19 games, he averaged 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 50% from the field, 40% from three, more total steals and blocks, and less total turnovers in 10 less games.
He really had control out there,
Yeah.
playing his game without Ja.
I don't know why. I mean, I haven't watched enough of the Grizzlies this year to know why that's the case. Of course, he's getting less opportunity. He can't get into rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just such a vast statistically different.
Big drop-off.
Big drop-off. But what's crazy to me was less total turnovers in 10 less games.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense.
More total steals and blocks. I mean, he's only playing maybe like 10 more minutes without Ja, which is a lot of time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. 10 less games, 10 more minutes. Maybe not even 10. I don't know. It might only been like 5-minute difference. Like 25 to like 20 minutes. But
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when Ja was out, he was getting like some 30-minute games.
Yeah.
When he started, maybe a couple.
He was only averaging like 25 minutes a game. Now he's averaging maybe like 19.
Yeah.
Just very big drop off. So I wanted to shout him out now when I could before it drops off too hard for the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, when he is on the court, though, playing good, obviously his defense, very active.
Yeah.
And when he is, when Ja isn't playing, that offense is nice.
Ja has not been too good this year.
No, he hasn't.
I think the injuries, the suspension.
Taking a toll on him?
Not necessarily. I think he'll get it back.
No, yeah, I'm not worried.
I'm not super worried either. I mean, I think it's just a rough stretch trying to find his game again.
And also, you got to think, like, that guy likes to get to the basket. When Edie and Jaren are in there,
Can't do that, brother.
I get Jaren can shoot, but it's still tough with Edie in there as well to get to the rim.
He's not a floor spacer like that.
Exactly,
Jaren,
yeah. Yeah, he can hit him, but no one you got to, like, super close out on.
No one else that I got for Sixth Man of the Year, though.
Nope. Amen Hunter Pritchard.
You want to talk about Clutch Player of the Year or Coach of the Year next?
What about Most Improved? You got Most Improved on there?
Oh, damn, brother. I forgot a Most Improved.
Forgot about Most Improved?
That award's so weird to me this year. If I had to pick, I'd probably... I mean, I know Dyson's in the conversation.
Hey, I picked him pre.
I know you did.
I've got him as my number 2 guy, though.
I think I picked Jalen Johnson as my preseason. I feel like I had another guy, but who's like a low key? Because like I know the betting favorites right now, like Cade and Wemby and
Yeah, I don't
Tyler
have Cade
Hero.
in there. I got Tyler Hero as my 3rd guy.
Who's your number 1?
Norman Powell.
I don't know. He's not that he's done
Went
this
from
before.
14 to 24.
But he's averaged 20 before. Damn close
He's averaged
to it.
20 in Toronto. But I feel like I've never seen him create this much for himself and be this impactful on team. Like, he's really... He's their leading scorer. He's the leading scorer on a top 6 team in the West. And, like, they need him to do this most of the time, and he's doing it.
You're not wrong.
I've never seen him in this type of role, and he's doing good. So I had him number 1.
Again,
I'm not giving it to Cade. That shit's bullshit.
I didn't.
Number 1 pick, most improved player.
I genuinely did forget about it, but I think I might have genuinely forgot about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just, this is a shitty award this year. I don't know. It's just not what it was.
What do you mean?
Like when, like, I'm trying to think of guys who won, like a Jimmy Butler won it, a Paul George won it. Those are guys that were like late lottery or super late first round picks that just exploded, and you never really saw it coming.
I like Powell though, just because no one expected this.
You don't. I get that, but I think a big part of it is just I don't think he improved that much as a player. I think just his opportunity and usage is what really improved.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
With Paul George,
I've never seen him do this.
He averaged 20 in Toronto. Okay, we haven't seen him do this before.
Yeah.
But we've never seen him this much opportunity to handle the ball, to take the shots in the big moments, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. He definitely did get more opportunity, but you still have to be really good to do that.
No doubt. I think he probably Was this? I don't think he just improved in the offseason like that.
I think his handling and his shot creation.
I didn't watch much of the
improved.
Clippers last year. I've watched more of the Clippers this year already.
And obviously, they didn't rely on him last year to be this.
No.
But
I'm not advocating for him not to win the award. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that's the problem with the award right now for me this year. It just doesn't make a lot of sense for me to give it to a Norman Powell, but it makes less sense to give it to a Cade or a Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, yeah. Wemby's definitely now winning it.
I mean, they're literally the number one pick. This is what we expected from them.
Yeah, Cade, it's just he's healthy now. So, I mean, he was doing this. He's basically been doing this his whole career, but he's healthy now, and the Pistons are good. And obviously, he's getting better. He's had more years in the NBA. He's number one pick.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out Cade. He's balling, but...
I feel like there was another guy that just low-key is having a good year that I can't think of. But let's move on from most improved. That one's weak.
You want to get into our coach of the years or our clutch player?
Let's talk about clutch. This one was a hard one for me to pick, and I don't think I actually ended up picking a guy, but I brought three guys that I thought were interesting.
I brought 3
topics. I want to talk about KD.
Okay.
He's played in 20 clutch games this year, and he's won 16 of them. He's playing well.
Basically, all the Suns wins.
He's played in a lot of clutch games, and he's winning them for his squad. Shooting 50% in clutch time, and I don't know. This one was a hard one for me because I just don't feel like there's been that guy that's leading this team to game winner after game winner like there was De'Aaron Fox and Steph Curry and DeRozan, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are playing good, but here's a guy I think you probably have on your list.
Who's that?
Darius Garland.
I don't.
You don't?
Nope.
Statistically, he's been very good.
In the clutch?
In the clutch, yes.
I just figured the Cavs haven't been in too many clutch games.
They've been in 20.
Okay.
And they won 15 of them. Shoots 60% from the field in his clutch minutes. And, I mean, we know what he is as a playmaker this year, or as like a creator.
Oh, yeah.
Not only can he get an open shot for himself, he can get an open shot for his teammates. Statistically, he's been one of those guys. But we saw him sell the Rockets game on free throws just this week. So it's hard for me to give him the award.
After that, you can't give him the award.
All these 3 guys come with asterisks. De'Aaron Fox, again, statistically, he's been great. 47% from the field, 37% from 3, but he's only won 11 of his 25 clutch games.
Yeah.
So all 3 guys come with an asterisk for me. Who do you got?
We got 3 different guys. My number 1 guy is Jokic.
Not a bad
in the clutch. I mean, they give him the ball, he's going to go to work and either get a bucket or make the right play for his team.
He's the MVP for me, though, so it's kind of baked into it.
Yeah, and especially recently, they've been winning a lot of clutch games.
I also brought 4 guys that were the worst clutch players statistically.
Okay.
So, give me your other guys first, though.
Other guys, JB for New York.
Okay.
And then Ant.
Ant is one of the worst.
No, because, I mean, what I looked at was the most points in clutch time.
But did you look at the percentage?
I get, like, his game winners, buzzer beating.
Terrible.
Yeah,
no,
but actually in clutch, he's averaging the most points.
He's averaging the most points, yes.
Yeah, because he has to for that team.
38% from the field and like 12, not 12%, like 0.012% from 3. Some crazy
I didn't see
shit
that.
Like that.
But he's averaging the most points in the clutch in the NBA.
But he also...
I think for that team, he's the only guy. You're not going to give the ball to Julius Randle.
Look at his wins, though. He's played in the most clutch games. He's only won like 10 of them. He's only won like 10 of 28
recently
games.
the Timberwolves have won some games.
Recently.
I didn't look at... I don't know how to look at the clutch games.
I'll show you.
But
I have it pulled up right here.
I know he averaged the most clutch points.
Look at NBA.com. You just got to select these stats here. Clutch, traditional. Let me show you. So, it's actually Tyrese Maxey who's averaging the most points, but that might just be because of the restrictions I have on it. Let's see.
I did see Maxey. I didn't want to give it to Maxey because the Sixers are so ass.
So he's played in 29 clutch games and won 13 of them. So he has more losses in the clutch. Dude, Sengun, though. I couldn't give it to him. But 39% from the field, 27% from 3 in clutch time. statistically not very good, but you see like a De'Aaron Fox,
Yep.
25 games played, only 11 wins. I wasn't going to give it to a Rocket because it's really a team effort. I couldn't cut any one of those guys.
Yep.
Cade played a lot of clutch games. He's
Cade definitely is a low-key guy.
But 33% from the field and 14% from three. It's hard for
Well, clutch, they classified the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I know the betting favorite is Jokic.
Is he?
So that's why I ultimately put him as my number one. And also just watching him play in the clutch games, you really can't do shit stopping him.
If I had to pick one, I'd probably actually pick Darius Garland, though.
Yeah.
20 clutch games, 15 wins.
Even after that free throw?
Even after the free throw, because 60 from the field, 50%
His efficiency
from
has been
three.
nuts this year.
And when it comes down to the clutch time, he's been efficient. He's making his shots.
Making the right play.
Making the right play. I think he actually is one of the lowest in his turnovers as well. Yeah, only 0.1 turnover in that time, where a Cade Cunningham, it's 0.1 because it's skewed because it's only like 3 minutes per game.
Yeah.
When you think about the games that don't have clutch minutes.
Obviously Cade's gonna have more.
Yeah. But like a Fred VanVleet, he's been playing great in the clutch, but he's averaging like 0.6 turnovers in the clutch. That's almost a turnover every single last 5 minutes of the game. So.
It's not like he's pounding the rock like Cade either.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, that's fair.
It's a tough one for me.
Yep.
Jokic has been clutch, though. 54% from the field, 50% from three.
Classic Jokic.
11 out of 11 for 8 in clutch games, so he's keeping above water.
What about Coach of the Year?
So it's really a two-guy discussion for me.
Yeah.
Kenny Atkinson of the Cavs.
I've got him number one,
And
just for the
Ime
improvement
Udoka.
he had this year on this Cavs team.
But Ime Udoka,
Ime I have number two.
what he's done to this Rockets culture, what he's done to this squad, I mean,
It's like,
I didn't want to let my bias get in the way, so I didn't rank him. I mean, Atkinson, he probably will win it, just because the Cavs were such a phenomenal team. What they've done from three this year, the two bigs, what they've done offensively, they're really fun to watch, and they're the best team in the league record-wise. So
yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if Atkinson gets it, but Ime is in that discussion. Like,
For sure.
It's not a given.
Yeah, I mean, the way the Rockets should play, he utilizes everyone on that team perfectly, I think.
Perfectly.
So that's why they are the second best team in the West.
And just to have a team like this with all these young guys where there's not a guy, but they all seem like such a cohesive unit, it's really awesome to see. I mean,
It's keeping everybody happy, too, besides Cam Whitmore. But
well, that's the thing. I think the media kind of spun that. I don't know. Cam seems like someone that might have some mood swings sometimes. And I think Ime gets that. I think Ime gets Cam. I think they get each other.
exactly.
From the interactions I've seen them had, from what I've seen Ime say after games, everything seems to be good there. If Ime didn't fuck someone's wife in Boston,
He would have won a chip
he
last year,
would
too.
have won a chip last year. He'd probably be coach of the year. I mean,
Yeah. No,
he made a bad decision, and the fucking Rockets profited off of it. So
They did. Just the last guy I had, Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about him so much.
it's
about
either
how good of a coach he
Jenkins
is.
or Dagnall.
Yeah.
I mean, because what Dagnall's done with no centers for a while, that's impressive as well.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, there are a lot of good coaches this year. A lot of people who deserve a mention.
Yeah. Did you most likely to drop 60-plus points?
Forgot about that.
Just a guy I've written down some low-key guys. Obviously, there's a Luka that can come in.
Yeah.
But a guy that has dropped 50 and 45 already, he's going to be on a shit team. He's going to start chucking shots up. CJ McCollum. He dropped 50 already.
You're not
He dropped
wrong.
45 this week or last week.
He dropped 45 against the Hornets earlier this month too, I believe, as well. At least 40, maybe like a 42.
There's always that stretch, like, with a month or two left in the season, people just start hooping out of their minds. He's one of those low-key guys. And then lastly,
he's already played the Wizards twice. I don't think he's getting that 60 piece.
maybe Utah, though.
That's true.
I got LaMelo.
LaMelo, that's not a bad one.
He can shoot like 23s in a game. You never know with him.
I mean, I'd never be surprised with Steph just catching fire and hitting like 12 threes.
Yeah.
I mean, he is in his older age, but shit, I would not be surprised. Cat,
yeah. We saw him do that last year.
I feel like if he just catches fire from three and
He did drop 60 last year.
Yeah, if Jalen Brunson is
just feeding
him and getting into the paint, and dragging another defender against a team that is under-equipped defensively, like maybe a Suns.
Yeah.
I could see Cat dropping the 60 on the Suns.
Ain't nobody guarding him on the Suns.
For real, though. Not a single person. But
that is going to do it for our awards.
yeah, I think so.
A lot of different guys mentioned, getting some love.
I didn't talk about my worst clutch players, actually.
Oh, yeah. Who were they?
Ant was one of them, statistically.
Okay.
Terrible. Cade was another one, statistically. Not good. A lot of turnovers. Isn't hitting his shots. But, of course, the eye test is very different.
Of course.
Guys like Ant and Cade, they're forced in these situations where they have to take shots they would rather not take.
Yeah.
But
there's really no one on either of those teams to take pressure off each other.
yeah, not at all, actually.
Yeah.
Same with Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
Where statistically, he's not good in the clutch this year, but it's really just because he's the only guy that can handle the ball for
especially
that
if
squad.
Jimmy ain't there.
Yeah, even with Jimmy there this season, he's the only guy that can create a shot for himself. But,
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving as well, but with Luka out, he kind of has to. So,
yeah,
that are just not great statistically from in the clutch this year, but shit, man, they could do better.
Hey, we know with some of those guys like Kyrie.
Oh yeah,
he's
Kyrie's
gonna step
got
it
that
up. He's
clutch
gonna
gene.
step it up when they need to.
Hell yeah.
Even though they have been falling in the standings.
And we cannot forget to assign our games this week.
I think we forgot it 2 weeks in a row.
We did. But I'm gonna get it out of the way right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday night for you, Grizzlies Bucks at 8:30.
That's
Should
a good
be
one.
a fun watch.
Yes, sir. For you, I got Saturday night, Kings Thunder.
Okay.
See how they handle Sabonis with no big.
I did see some more Fox trade rumors.
Oh, yes. Yes, apparently they're reopening the trade talks.
I kind of thought that was closed. If there's one team, as a Rockets fan, don't fucking trade a single fucking player on this roster right now. We're rolling.
At this point, there's no need to.
Amen Thompson is my guard.
Yeah.
Even if he's a point forward for us, he's my ball handler. De'Aaron Fox, we don't want you.
Yeah, at this
gotta be
point,
the
I don't see the
Spurs.
Rockets doing. Why would they even mess up their team right now?
Gotta be the Spurs.
I don't see why the Spurs would do it either right now, though.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. I don't know if there's a suitor out there for him that gives back the package that the Kings would want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who are some teams that would be interested in him but probably can't make it happen?
I mean, there's so many teams that would probably be
Suns.
interested in him.
Suns would be super interested.
Suns? Why would the Suns want him?
What do you mean? They need a point guard.
Yeah, but if I'm the Suns, I don't want a Fox type point guard. I want what they have, a Tyus Jones. They're gonna
But
set
Fox,
everybody up.
I don't know. I kind of like that. You can really open up your offense a little bit, I think.
I mean, but he's not a shooter either. Like you said
No,
with
he's
Jimmy,
not.
it's like,
He's gonna be a drive.
who's he kicking out
Rim
to?
pressure. KD. Devin
Yeah,
Booker.
yeah, you're right, but I just don't like him on that team.
The reason I don't love their offense is because at all times, one of their two best shooters is the one that's handling the ball. And, you can't kick out to him. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, yeah.
And 90% of their fucking offense either ends in a very contested paint shot or a mid-range jump shot.
Yep.
I don't know. They were killing it from three against the Clippers, though. They hit, at least 20.
Yeah, I remember just watching that game. One KD baseline fadeaway. It was so contested. He just cashed it anyway. I love when KD's hooping like that. It's like, oh my gosh, this
KD's
guy's
been hooping
unstoppable.
all year, bro.
Yeah.
KD's been fun. KD is unstoppable. He's 36 now.
Yeah.
Hooper.
Yep.
But
some teams that would be interested in Fox. Like, at that point, would the Jazz even want to give up any of their assets?
Fuck, what? I'm talking the Jazz?
I mean, like, realistically,
Why would the Jazz want Fox? That makes
just to
no
add
sense.
talent.
I mean, like, I'm thinking like a Lakers would want Fox, but they can't make it happen.
I feel like the only team that can make it happen is the Spurs. Realistically.
I mean, the Rockets could, but I
Oh, yeah,
they don't
but
want
I
it.
wouldn't think they'd want to anyway. Like, the Heat probably would be interested. What would they give up? Khalil Ware,
Magic aren't interested.
Ware, and then
Fuck no, I'm not giving up Khalil Ware right now.
for Fox.
Why?
I mean, yeah. Well, you have Bam,
Yeah.
but yeah, they look good together.
Yeah. The Bam does not look good alone.
No.
Yeah.
Who'd you say?
I said
The
like
Magic?
the Lakers. I said the Magic wouldn't be interested. I'm trying to think of teams
Why
that
not?
are like on the cusp. What do you mean? I mean, Jalen Suggs is like doing all the perfect things that they need from him. I think you'd probably have to give up Suggs in that deal.
Probably true.
And not to say that Suggs is a better player, but I think for what the Magic need, I'd probably take Suggs. Just straight up lockdown defense and 3-point shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Super efficient 3-point shooting the last 2 years as well.
For sure.
And we saw him when he was the number one guy. I mean, he's not a number one guy, but he's pretty damn good. He can create some shots for himself.
Yeah, he is really good.
I remember you saying $30 million for Jalen Suggs. That seems like way too much when they gave him his extension.
Hey, he's made it look worth it now. I
was,
didn't know he was this good on offense, to be honest.
I was high on Suggs last year. I got turned on to him. Pause. Big pause.
You what? You what?
He turned
You was
me
watching
on.
Suggs and what happened? Hold up.
Nah, but last year I became a fan of him. Big things coming from Suggs when he comes back from injury.
Yes, sir.
But
The Thunder, they probably have enough capital to get Fox if they really wanted to. I mean, at that point, I wouldn't just because
the Thunder could
it'd
trade
just
for
be
anybody.
too much at that point.
If Giannis goes up for market and you're the Thunder, are you trading?
I'm not trading Chet.
You trading J-Dub?
Yeah.
Dude.
I'll trade J-Dub. I'm not trading Chet.
Giannis and Chet is so
Giannis,
fucking
Chet,
gross.
and Shea.
I'm just thinking defensively, Giannis
Yeah.
and Chet. Jesus Christ. Lord have
Better
mercy.
the league better hope Giannis doesn't request a trade because they've got 15 picks in the fucking
I mean, it depends.
bank waiting to cash.
Do you want J-Dub in every pick in the world, or do you want Jabari Smith Jr.?
I don't think they want Jabari or Jalen Green or anybody the Rockets have to offer over J-Dub and all
I'll
those
give you
picks.
Sengun.
J-Dub and those picks, brother.
We got picks too, motherfucker. We got Suns picks. We got our picks still. I think we do still have a couple Nets picks in there. Swaps.
Yeah,
Those are
True,
high
true, I
commodity
mean,
items, brother.
yeah. That'd
Suns
be
and Nets picks?
if Giannis ever got traded, it'd be an insane bidding war.
I think Sengun, Suns, and Nets picks makes it a competition
For sure.
with the Thunder.
I mean, but the Thunder still also have
So many
Topic
picks. Topic. Oh my god, I forgot about it.
and Dylan Jones, AJ Mitchell, just those young guys, Case and Wallace. Like,
They got too much, actually.
yeah. Like, they got young guys plus picks.
I
Plus
mean,
a young star.
Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
League-
I don't think any team in the league can outbid the Thunder if it came down to it.
Besides the Rockets.
Outbid? No. We can match a lot of it.
Yeah, true.
Outbid? I don't think so.
I mean, if you're giving up a man.
I'm talking about
Okay, realistic. Okay.
Like, he's untradeable, brother.
Okay. Other than that, I don't see any other teams that would really go for
Amanda
Fox.
is like a baby Giannis, bro.
I don't know what he is. He's his own player.
You said it yourself.
When I was watching him, it was like a Zion D-Rose mix.
Giannis and fucking Russell Westbrook mix, brother.
But he's so slithery though.
He is mad slithery.
Like that's what reminds me of those type of guys.
He's just so quick.
like a D-Rose.
Yeah.
Like
it
he
is
that
like a
that
Heroes.
one crossover he had
Yeah.
against the Celtics. It's like crossover. He was just in the paint going up with a layup. I'm like, what? And those rebounds that one he had over Pritchard.
rebounds
he
were
just
crazy.
jumped on his back. That's like Zion
You
esque.
talking about? I know exactly.
On the
what you're
baseline?
talking- Yes.
Like it went over the hoop and he jumped over Peyton Pritchard pretty much.
There was one I remember. I think it was off his own miss,
Yeah.
by the time he was catching the ball, other players, they were still waiting for the ball to come down more. They hadn't even jumped yet.
He's a freak.
An absolute freak.
But, yeah.
I mean, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think a man was going to be this good.
Not in the second year, no.
Not this soon at all. I mean, maybe before he was playing in the NBA, and, you know, your expectations are very high.
Yeah.
I might have thought this, but after his first season, which definitely wasn't disappointing, it was just a little bit more come back to reality for me. And I'm like, okay, his handle needs some work. His shot making in general needs work, but there's the tools.
Even right now, he's still pretty raw.
Very raw.
Yeah. He's just going off feel and athleticism, and it's
energy
getting him
is
pretty far.
crazy.
Yep.
His energy is so crazy. I feel like he can
doesn't
play
run out of
40
energy.
minutes. Yeah.
It's like Russ. Yeah, it's crazy. But he's also so smart. He's got unlimited ceiling right now.
He really does. And I just hope that we're not stupid enough to put him back on the bench.
No, I don't think you are.
But
I hope not.
Is there anything else you want to talk about today, brother?
Nah, I think that'll do.
All right.
A good ep.
Facts. Good episode 21. Do we got anything planned for next week?
I don't think so, but by that time, the trade deadline should probably happen.
Very soon.
Yeah, it's literally next week, so
Yep.
maybe we'll get some trades to talk about. The Jimmy thing might finally break.
I don't think it will, but I'm sure we'll talk a little bit, see what we can come up with for next week.
Yep.
Hey, if you got an idea for it, drop it in the comments. If you want to see a specific episode from us, something you want to see us talking about, let us know. If you made it this far, leave a like.
Yep.
Subscribe. We appreciate any support. You know, let your friends know about it.
For sure.
But I'm trying to get some shorts up soon. Been slacking, but we gonna hop back on that shit.
Yeah, we'll see y'all guys next week. Thank you for tuning in.
Big facts. Peace out.